First thing you do to get to the simulation is go to this address, bit.ly/ACMS Zima. The purpose of this simulation is to get everyone familiar with the interface. So it's a very simple version, very simple case, just supposed to have some fun with it and learn the interface in the process. So I'm going to go ahead and log in, and you will be provided separate usernames and passwords by a separate communication. Simply enter your username and password when you get it and log in. The first screen you'll see is the Zima introductory screen, and you want to direct your attention to the top of the screen where the different options exist. In the blue panel you see several headings: Intro, which is where we are right now, Dashboard, Market Data, Benefits, Financials, and finally Decisions. As I said, we're now in the Intro screen and we're looking at the case information. If you flip over to the Downloads option, you'll see two options. One is Additional Case Readings, and the second is the Presentation Template. We will not be using the presentation template for the introduction, but when we do the simulation, you will be asked to download and fill in the presentation template. In the third panel are examples of Zima ads for two different positionings. One is for refreshing and the other is for sophistication. For each of these ads, you can simply scroll to the Start key and play the ad to view it. So when you've reviewed all of the case information, you can go to the dashboard. This is the best place to go to get an overview for what is going on as you begin the case. There is financial information, market share information, sales information, customer and perception information. And it is all collected on one screen. You can page over many of these visuals and see greater detail. When you want to dive deeper into any specific element of this dashboard, then simply click on one of the next options. The first one is Market Data. Under Market Data, you can look at information on share, and again, when you roll over the visuals, you'll see details. You can also zoom in on unit sales information and pricing information, customer history that lets you know how many customers are acquired and lost for each competitor for each period. You'll also see information on loyalty. These are plots of customers who use exclusively our brand versus customers who use our brand and another brand. There's information on category users, the number of users entering the category and leaving the category, and if we're trying to expand the category, we're interested in non-users, there is also data from that perspective. As the simulation progresses, each of the subsequent years will be filled in, from 1999 through the year 2002. Now, there's the next tab that is called Benefits. And this is the tab that collects our customer information on perception and importance. So you want to familiarize yourself with each of the benefits in the simulation. In this particular simulation, the benefits that customers seek are low price, the amount of social lubrication that they receive from drinking this alcoholic beverage, how available this product is, how much sophistication they believe they get from drinking this product, and how much refreshingness, or how well they are refreshed from drinking this product. Over time, customer perceptions and importance of these benefits will change. And it will also change for exclusive, multi-brand, and non-users, those outside the category. So we can first look at an overview which is this page, and then we can look at how important each of these benefits are, and we can look at how each of the brands are perceived as delivering on these benefits. We can also look at the relationship between importance and perception. And here we need to select a particular benefit, for example, price, social lubrication, availability, sophistication, or refreshingness. And this plot will show us the relationship between how important that benefit is to how well consumers believe that the different brands perform on that benefit. Again, when you roll over any of the bubbles, you'll see further detail. You can look at this for exclusive users who are familiar with our brand, consumers that use our brand and another brand, and of course, non-users. In addition to looking at importance versus perception, you can also make a comparison between two different benefits, or a benefit plot. So for example, I might want to look at the main benefit of social lubrication and a dynamic benefit of sophistication. And this will show me who is leading the market in terms of perception, with the relative bubble sizes indicating market share. Once again, you can do this for exclusive, multi-brand, or non-users. So this is your perception screen, and after that you can take a look at your financials. The income statement is straightforward, and you can look at it for you and the competitors. The financial overview provides a history for each of the competitors in terms of finances and market share. And there is also a break-even screen. And here you can start to take a look at what the impact of increasing or lowering price would be. So for example, the price is now $1.49. What would happen if I raised it 25 cents to $1.75? And you can see how much decrease in volume you can tolerate. Or what happens if I lower it a quarter to $1.25? And you can see you'd have to have a fairly substantial increase in volume and revenue to make break even. So this is one of our calculators that can be very valuable as you're debating about price. Another calculator is our customer lifetime value calculator, which takes both price and retention rate in as potential variables and allows us to take a look at the relationship between retention rate and profit per customer. So right now the retention rate is at 99%. What happens if it drops to 90% because I raised my price? Customer lifetime value is at $1,000 per customer. When I make these changes, it increases to $1,500 per customer. So you can play around with those two calculators. They provide some very interesting results. Finally, we can take a look at economic profit. And again, this chart will populate as the simulation progresses. So after you have familiarized yourself with the financial, market, and customer data, you can go ahead to decisions. As you can see, you have an available budget of $300 million, that is per period, and you have 3 investment decisions: how much you're going to charge, whether you'll invest in the Clearly Refreshing campaign as represented by the advertisement that you saw, or whether you want to invest in the W campaign, which is also represented in the ad. There are also 2 channel investments. You can invest to build your convenience store distribution or your gourmet store distribution. And we need to emphasize here that your channel investments are cumulative, so you want to make these channel investments early on. Now for each of these investments, you can roll over them and see a description. This description is also contained in the case. So you will make your decisions, and when you enter your data Please enter all the zeros. So if you want to invest 100 million here, you need to put in all of the zeros, and you will be calculating how much you have remaining to spend. You don't have to spend all of your budget every period, but the money that you don't spend does not carry over to the budget for the following year. That money gets taken away from you. So I'm going to just simply go through the simulation very quickly without making very good decisions. And you can see that each time you submit your decisions, there's outcome in terms of each of the pieces of data that we talked about before. So when you're running through this simulation, you want to start to think which of these many metrics and pieces of information you want to rely on. When you get to the end of the simulation, you will see this screen, congratulations, you have completed the simulation. You will be congratulated whether or not you have done well in the simulation. And I'm going to ask you to do one more thing after that, and that is to move down to this lower part of the simulation and click on Name This Run. In the screen, type in your name, first name, and then last name. This will allow us to identify your results and distinguish them. If you get logged out of the simulation for any reason, or you wish to log out and start again or look at it later, you can go ahead and do that. And you should be able to go to the Run archive and find your simulation and then simply resume it or open it to look at it. So that's the big picture simulation. Have a great time, and we'll see you soon.